Oh, you're back so soon. Wonderful. So what we need to do is set up our Dropbox account. Okay, so in the first day handout, there was a link to a Dropbox thing. You can also get it right there. And what this does is just a quick link that brings you right to Dropbox. So what you'll do is you'll fill out your first name, your last name, your email address, and a password right here, and then say I agree, and then sign up for free. Okay. So you need to have Dropbox for this because that's what I use, and that's the best way for me to get all of your assignments in a quick, efficient manner. Okay, you cannot turn them into Canvas. There's no way to do that. You have to go through Dropbox and put your stuff there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create an account. After you have an account, you'll be able to log in. I hit my microphone again. Dropbox. There we go. I'm going to log out of my account. I have a couple accounts. Stop hitting the microphone. Maybe that'll work. All right, remember me. Here we go. So here is my Dropbox account. Okay, so this is what you're going to get when you have Dropbox. You'll go through some steps, whatever. You should install the app too. It's definitely beneficial to install the app because then you'll get a little Dropbox icon down here. If I usually hide it when I'm not working because it's constantly like doing stuff. But you'll get a Dropbox app down here, and it constantly will sync to your stuff. Okay. There it is. Okay, so here's my Dropbox app. So what I have here is when it says, you know, here's your Dropbox app, it will actually create a folder on your computer where your Dropbox stuff will go. So you'll see that this folder here is on my computer, and this one here is on the Dropbox website. So these coincide with these. You can ignore this thing, that's just nothing. So if I were to go into this folder that's on my computer, and I went into one of these folders and I dropped something in there, it would automatically put it onto the internet. Okay, and that's what we want. We want to have this area where we can put stuff. So what you're going to do is install the application, so you can get to it if you need that. And I'll show this both ways. If you don't want to install the app, you can do it right through the home page here. It's just going to take you longer to handle your stuff. That's it. And what you're going to do is make a new share folder. Okay, so over here, new shared folder. I like to create and share a new folder. And whose name? So you're going to type in my email address. Oops, sorry. That's going to be your name. So whatever your last name is, my last name is Sarcona. 1200. Summer 17. Okay. So this is how you're going to label your folder. Your last name underscore 1200 underscore S17. So you put your last name, not my last name, your last name right there. And then the 2, that's where you'll put my email address. So it'll be sarcona@macomb.edu. Okay. And can edit. Yes, please give me editing permissions. If I change something inside there, it's good to be able to do that. So I will hit share. And here it is. Sarcona 1200 S17. Now if I pop open that Dropbox folder, look what got created here. Sarcona 1200 S17. Sweet. Okay, so now whatever goes inside here, that's what is going to be uploaded. Okay, so basically we want to have a folder for each one of our assignments. I closed my thing. I'm just going to reopen this, drag this to my other area. It's still loading. There it is, right here. Okay, so for each one of these items, we want to have a folder. So I'm going to make a pathing folder, music icons, logos, Entangle, gradient mesh. All the way down here, we don't need a discussion board folder, and we don't need a going beyond or extra credit folder because those will be other things. So I'm just going to scoot this over, go back to my Dropbox, and just make a new folder inside here. Okay, when this folder is shared, then all the folders inside it also get shared. So I'm going to make a pathing folder. make another new folder. You have to click that off and then hit new folder again, and then say music icons. Don't put spaces in there, sometimes it'll confuse the system. Another new folder, logo. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for all the assignments. Now, just to show you in this other folder, it's already creating these. So in Windows, it's actually a little bit easier to do because I can just click this and type in Zentangle. And you'll see there's a little bit of blue right there. It's hard to see, but it's there. If I take this and make this large icons, that might be easier. So when I make a new folder, see how it's blue right next to it? That means that it hasn't updated yet. Okay, so it's not on the web. Until it turns green, now it's good. Character. So you see I'm just making all the folders for this without any spaces or funny characters. There we go. All right, so when we get done with this, we should have 10 folders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I have my Dropbox folder. I have a folder called Sarcona 1200S17. I have a folder for each one of my assignments. Good to go. Okay, and like I said, if you use the app right here, it's definitely worthwhile to, or if you think you're going to use the app, it's definitely worthwhile, because as I do assignments, all I have to do is drop them into these folders, and it'll automatically go to the right spot. Okay, so like when character is done, you just drop your file into here and it'll automatically upload. Otherwise, what you have to do is go into your character folder on Dropbox and then upload your file. Okay, so just to give you an example of that, I'm going to grab a file real quick. There we go. All right, so here's some files that I have for Illustrator right there on the bottom. I'm going to go into my pathing assignment, and I'm just going to drag my path into my folder. Okay, so now on the bottom it's going to upload it. Okay, so what happens is if my browser crashes, it stops uploading. So you just got to make sure it finishes. There it is, successful. And now it's in here. Okay, now with what we did here, making it a shared folder, now I, your teacher, can actually go through and see that file. So that way I can take it and I can grade that file, which makes my life a lot easier. Okay, now the other way that I was showing, character, here's my Dropbox folder, here's my 1200, let's see, music icons. Okay, so I can just grab my music icons, and just drop that file right inside there. And then what Dropbox does is it automatically syncs it. So if it needs, 20 minutes or an hour or whatever, it'll automatically sync it. I just have to make sure my computer stays on long enough to do that. Okay, and you'll also get, right now there's a red item here because I don't know, something going on. But you can see how down here it says syncing. That means it's actually uploading, and then 4 seconds left. There's a bigger file. There we go. So now it has a green check mark. So if I come into this, music icons, there it is. Okay, before it wasn't there like 2 seconds ago. All right, so either way you want to do that, it's up to you. I would definitely make sure that you have all of these set up like day 1, day 2. That shouldn't be a huge issue. Okay, now the cool thing about this is that we're going to have basically 2 folders. One of these is going to be a work folder, and one of these is going to be a turn-in folder. Okay, so this Dropbox one is a work folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this to my desktop. Okay, now if you didn't copy it to your desktop just like that, that's fine. You can just make the folders in here, or you can even go into Dropbox and you can right click, click this, and then you can download this folder to your desktop. Okay, that way you have a area to work on. So as you're working on stuff, you're going to go into this folder and work on all your stuff. And then when you're done with it, then you'll put it into your Dropbox folder. Okay? You can see these have the green check marks. That means they're Dropbox folders that are synced and linked up. These ones have no green check marks, so they are not linked up. Okay? And the reason for this is you don't want to work while it's trying to sync. That could cause some issues, so don't do that. All right? So just be aware of where your folders are and stuff. My desktop has this one, and I actually like to put it not in my desktop itself. I'm going to put it into a brand new folder called Summer 2017. There we go. I don't like things on my desktop. These are temporary. I'll get rid of those. That's temporary too. Okay. So I like to have it here, so that way everything's nice and organized. Okay. So now your Dropbox is set up. If you need to, obviously verify that I have all your stuff or that I have the link to it. If you go to your Dropbox and I look at, oops, thinking. Oh, sharing, there it is. They moved it. I used to be able to right click. If I look at my sharing folder, you'll see that I'm sharing, there it is. I'm sharing my 1200 right here. I can click on the dots. Okay, I can unshare it if I need to, see what the permissions are. I can go to share if there was anyone else here. Usually it'll show you the specific thing of who else is on this. Okay, so just make sure that I have that there. And if you have a question about it, email me. Did you get my share folder? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Sometimes it happens that I don't. Okay. So that's how you set up your Dropbox. Probably one of the shortest videos we had, 12 minutes. So I will see you in the next video, which is going to be, if you look at your stuff, playing in Illustrator. So now it's going to start getting a little bit more fun. It's kind of maintenance stuff, right? Make sure you've done the welcome discussion board. Make sure you've installed Illustrator so you can actually play in Illustrator. And then we'll get to the next one. Cool, cool.